Today on The Travel Insider, press from around the world attributes a 45% increase in tourism in Puerto Rico to the hit song Despacito. And Mexico was officially the 8th most visited country in the world in 2016. Let's go to the information. According to the World Tourism Barometer of the World Tourism Organization, Mexico was the 8th most visited country in 2016. Although Enrique de la Madrid, head of the Secretariat of Tourism, had already announced this result during the 42nd edition of the Tourism Tianguis of Mexico 2017, it didn't become official until now. In a statement, Sectur said that just last year there were 35 million international travelers arriving, making it the second most visited destination in the American continent, just below the United States. The barometer points out that Mexico also advanced in the UNWTO ranking for foreign currency income, obtaining an amount of $19.6 billion, to be ranked 14th worldwide. The Secretariat stressed that if the growth trend in tourism in our country continues, by the end of the administration, it could climb 2 more places on the list. In addition, experts rated tourism performance globally in the first 4 months of 2017 as the best in the last 12 years, exceeding projections. If you somehow haven't heard the song Despacito, it's a sultry dance tune by island natives Daddy Yankee and Luis Fonsi, with a remix featuring a couple of verses by Justin Bieber. It's the first Spanish-language song since La Macarena to top Billboard's Hot 100 chart. No one questions the overwhelming numbers that the song has achieved, with more than 2.5 billion views on YouTube. However, the veracity of several tabloid headlines that have stated that Despacito has increased tourism in Puerto Rico by 45% is questionable. If you haven't heard, Puerto Rico is facing a fiscal crisis of epic proportions, with a public debt of over 70 billion. Could reggaeton have saved an entire economy? Could the tune be addictive enough to reverse historic trends in tourism and persuade people to visit the Caribbean in a season when tourists usually melt in the humidity? Could a song that's almost completely in Spanish have that kind of power? Now in President Trump's America? No. Despacito has not in any tangible way helped Puerto Rico's ailing economy, no matter what the Miami Herald, Billboard, and the Daily Mail say. According to a monthly hotel occupancy rates in Puerto Rico compiled by the island government's Instituto de Estadísticas, since the song has been out, February to May of this year, there's been no 45% change compared to the same months in 2016. In fact, the Puerto Rico Tourism Company's income from taxes on hotel rooms was actually down 15% in January, down 21% in February, and down 2% in May, all lower than the year before. Passenger cruise traffic on the island, on the other hand, broke a record last April, the last month with consolidated data available, with 143,862 passengers, 40.5% more than in the same month in 2016. Although in March there were decreases by 15.2%. However, the Puerto Rico Tourism Company itself didn't attribute this success to the song of Luis Fonsi, but to the expansion of one of the docks of the port of San Juan, the improvement of infrastructures, and the incentives available for lines, airlines, and cruise ships. This all started with one story from an Argentine news service, with some numbers from Hotels.com claiming that interest in tourism to Puerto Rico is up 45% because of the song. The article was later picked up by a Puerto Rican media and treated as hard fact. Singer Luis Fonsi himself then tweeted that second article, and several outlets got into the act, writing stories off that tweet, and as the stories went viral, each new headline made the Puerto Rico tourist boom sound even better, and no one stopped to question the facts. The news media didn't seem to have reflected on the magnitude of a 45% increase in the number of tourists. In South Africa, for example, according to the Ministry of Interior, during the months of the 2010 Football World Cup, tourism increased by 24%. In Brazil, according to its tourism yearbook, the places in the country where matches of the 2014 World Cup were played experienced a growth of visits of foreign tourists of up to 13.85%. Is it possible, therefore, that tourism has grown 45% in Puerto Rico thanks to Despacito? Although Luis Fonsi has put the country in the ears of millions of people, no data confirms that his musical success is responsible for a feat of such dimensions, nor that the feat ever took place. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media and leave a comment to let us know what you think.